Hello, Canon EOS photographer, Randall and Rueff here, and today I want to talk to you about the lowering of prices due to the increase of technology. That's right, the lowering of prices due to the increase in technology. Now, there are goods and bads on both sides of the line. First of all, technology getting better and higher is always a good thing as far as the technology side. And the fact that as technology goes up, the prices on older things goes down is good sometimes. If you want to buy newer equipment, the fact that you can buy newer and better is a good thing. And if you want to buy used equipment, it's also a good thing. Unless you're like me right now, who on this side wants to sell some used equipment. Because when I paid for this bad boy, it was $4,000, plus I put some stuff into it like bigger batteries and extra batteries, extra battery chargers, and I've personalized it and made it my own. So I've got about $5,000 between a bag, extra batteries, battery charge. I mean, there's about $5,000, not just in my hand, but in the other room, that goes along with this. So this is to me, is a $5,000 camera. However, if you were to go to Amazon.com, or more particularly eBay, you can get this camera with a smaller battery for about $1,000. In fact, under $1,000. Okay? Because when I bought this in 1999, 2000, somewhere in there, this was pretty much a state-of-the-art camera, okay, as far as consumers. Not a high-end professional, but like you would like a TV station, but for the wedding photographer and the casual enthusiast, this was the high-end model, okay? I love this camera, by the way. My point is, though, the price of it has gone down drastically. To me, it's still worth the $5,000. I mean, you ask me right now, how much is it? $5,000. Easy. I mean, you want to buy it from me? $5,000. Maybe $4,000. But it's because to me it's worth it. Because I remember selling my motorcycle, getting $1,100. I remember the work I had to do working at Ivy Tech as a welding instructor to get some of the money. And I remember the Christmas gifts I got that I couldn't spend on things, smaller things I would have liked to got because I was saving up for this camera. So 3 sources of income that I spent on this camera, plus money from, well actually 4 if you consider I was getting some money from still work, photography work. So I had 4 sources of income going to pay for this camera. So to me it's worth $5,000. But however, newer technology has come along. This camera is not HD, it's standard definition. So the quality of the image that you're seeing right now, in fact, is better on a $200 camera that I'm making this video with than this thing that costs $4,000. Now obviously this has a better zoom and has a lot of extra features that the camera I'm using right now doesn't have. But for what I'm using for right now, it's better. Because it's only $200 and it's high definition. It comes in at 720p. Now I wish it came in at 1080 or 4K, but the downside of that is it would be larger files and take longer to upload to the internet. But my point is, for everyday shooting, the camera I'm shooting this video with costs $200. It's about this big, fits in my pocket. So technology has come a long way in the last 10 to 12 years, and that's always the case. I mean, it's always going to be getting better and better, and making the old things cheaper and cheaper. Which, if I'm going to go out and buy an older camera, that's cool. But if I'm going to go out and sell an older camera, not so cool, because something I spent money for, good hard-earned money for, isn't worth as much to somebody else as it is to me. Now I understand why it's not as worth as much to them as it is to me, and the fact, my downside is I want to get the $5,000 that I put into it out of it. Well, the point is I'm not going to. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. Nobody's going to spend $5,000 that I spent to buy this old camera. It's just not going to happen. Even though it's in great shape, the batteries are working, everything about it's still good working, functioning condition. One, it's not a rare camera. They made plenty of them, so there's plenty of them out there. I mean, it's not the most popular camera, but there's plenty of them out there. So it's not like it's a collector one of a kind, or there's only 20 of them in existence, you know. So that's not a possibility. And, you know, it's cheaper nowadays to get smaller and better. Most people, I mean, I don't mind. I like carrying around the big, heavy. It's not too heavy, actually, but I didn't mind. I mean, after 4 or 5 hours, yeah, it gets a little heavy, but, you know, that's part of the job. You know, build some arm muscle. Don't be a wuss. You know, that's one of the things I hate about technology. People complain about their 2-pound notebook or their 3-pound camera. I'm like, dude, come on. You know what they used to have to do? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's... Plus, you know, if you can't handle a 2-pound notebook or a 3 or 4-pound camera, dude, you need to be doing something else. So, that's why I look at that too. But anyway, so one of the things, it's just, I guess it's my ego. You know, I want to get out of it when I can. It's not going to happen. I mean, you guys know this. So I just, you know, I just want you to keep in mind, you know, when you're out there buying something that you really, really love, like a car or a house, or in this case, camera equipment, you need to realize that, hey, it's $5,000 today, or however much it is it's going to be. Just keep in mind, in 5 years, it's going to be way less. In 10 years, it's going to be way less. Anything after that, you know, it's almost to, well, because it was $5,000, it's not quite to the giveaway point yet, but in 5 years, it might be. You know what I'm saying? Definitely in 10 years, it's going to be to the point where I just give it away. And I mean, not that I'm going to, but it's going to be where nobody else is going to be willing to pay anything. So I can either just box it up, put it away, and 100 years from now, it's an antique, or you know, sell it to somebody for a real cheap price that needs a cheap camera. That, you know, maybe they're nostalgic for something they had and sold and don't have anymore, or, you know, for whatever reason. So whatever you pay for that new camera, trust me, it's not going to be worth that in 5 years. So my advice to you is use it. Don't abuse it, but use it. Use it hard. Use it good. Get the use out of it that you need to. I mean, you know what I'm saying? When I first got this, and until I got the camera I'm using now, I use this thing a lot. I mean, it wasn't uncommon to see me carrying this thing to something weird. I mean, people are like, oh my God. But, so, you know, don't be afraid to use it. You know, you've got it. Use it. You know, make good use of what you've got while you've got it. You know, it may break down eventually, or it may be worth nothing. But if you've had a camera and you've used it, and you've made, you know, you've done good things with it, I mean, you're going to get your money's worth. I mean, to me, while I still could use this for a lot of things yet, I've got my money out of this. I mean, I spent $5,000, and I've done wedding, and I've done personal videos, and I've got my $5,000 worth out of this, in my opinion. Is it still worth that much to me? Yeah, but you know, so I mean, I've used the camera a lot, so you know, just use it. Don't try not to think about, hey, in 5 years or 2 years, it's not going to be worth as much. You know, just think, you know what? If it's a cool camera and you're doing good things with it, just, you know, just use it and have fun. I mean, that's, you know, whether it's professional work or, you know, just your own stuff, have fun with it. I mean, that's one of the reasons I enjoy photography, because it's fun. It's a fun, leisurable activity, something to distract you from, you know, if you got a problem here or a problem there, you can do photography for 2 or 3 hours or 5 hours or a day, you know, whatever. Hey, get away from that problem, you know, you can have something fun to do, because it's an art form, and, you know, it's there to help you use your creativity. So that's what I recommend, because I know, I mean, like I said, I know, especially when, I'll give you a story, when I had my back surgery, and I couldn't really do a whole lot for like the first 6 months. First 3 months I spent at my grandmother's house and grandfather's house, because I couldn't do anything, but then after that, the next 3 months I could do some stuff, and it was like I came home, I got to use my computer, do some artistic stuff, and I felt better. And granted, I didn't heal miraculously overnight, or in fact, for the first year, you know, nothing miraculous happened, but because I was able to do some art and do some photography and stuff like that, it alleviated part of the boredom, part of the, you know, having anything to do, and it helped make the day more enjoyable and even go faster. So, for me, that's what photography is. It's helping the day to go faster, having something to do, having something you can show to somebody else, and enjoying it and having fun, and you can share the experience that you had with somebody else. And that's, you can make that connection without even talking to somebody. You can just say, here's a picture, or they can see a picture and kind of understand where you're coming from. So that's just one of the many things I like about photography and videography. And again, you know, it's, keep in mind, when you pay for something, you're paying to be able to use it and have access to it. And try not to think about, hey, it's not going to be worth as much financially in 5 or 10 years, because it's not. So, just realize what you're buying is meant to be used. And hopefully you'll have fun using it and have maybe learn some things from using it, and maybe even teach others by using it. So until next time, I'm Canon EOS photographer, Randall. Saying thanks for watching. Have a good day, and may God bless you.